Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive videoscopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to your horoscope for the week of February 21st, 2021. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological week, without a doubt. Now, a lot of the glitz and glamour, a lot of the attention is going to the Virgo full moon that is taking place at the very end of the week. This full moon is also speaking in supreme harmony with Uranus, trine Uranus, adding an energy of excitement and freedom. Now, Virgo as an energy in and of itself isn't necessarily a sign that we think of when we think about excitement and freedom. However, remember that the ancients understood many of the planets as having a day expression and a night expression. And it is Mercury in its night expression, in its more subtle qualities, its more analytic qualities, its more discerning qualities, that is thought to be the ruler of, and believed to be and asserted to be the ruler of, the sign of Virgo. And so here we have an energy that is inviting us to, yes, pay attention to the details, make sure we're washing our hands, pay attention to the germs out there. But it's also an energy that is saying, consider the sacredness of the small moments of your day. And as you move through your day, and how those little things, those little rituals, those little actions can add up to something big, can add up to big breakthroughs when the moment is right, when the time is right. And that's part of this energy now. Uranus in a trine formation to this beautiful full moon energy is inviting us to break free of habits that have limited us, to consider how it is and where it is we are living in ways, whether it's we're thinking of things habitually or behaving in ways habitually that are not truly expressive of our most authentic selves, and to be open to how things can change very quickly and sometimes very much for the better. This is a trine formation after all. Trines are fortunate, yes. With Uranus, I like to think of Uranus trines as good luck, or things changing in a way that feels favorable, things getting better very quickly in a way that feels favorable. Whatever burdens were there, whatever obstacles were there, they very quickly can be lifted. So as we think of the energy of Virgo also having to do with care, like self-care, and it's also healthcare. It is one of the signs associated with healthcare. We can see how this beautiful full moon may help us as a collective experience breakthroughs where it comes to what's happening on a level of healthcare, what's happening on a level of people making sure they're washing their hands and taking care of themselves. And so I do think we may see some progress on that front. And at the same time, though, more personally, because I'm always very interested in what's happening on a more personal level, there can also be a sense of us realizing that how it is we are moving through our lives, well, maybe we're ready to be more present for it. It is in presence that we live more fully. And by being present for our lives, we're able to own the power of the moment that much more as well. Now, this sense of presence and present and power, I think is going to be very strongly asserted in the lead up to that very powerful full moon energy. It will be on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on where you are on the planet, that Mars will trine Pluto, will speak in supreme harmony with Pluto. And I think that this is energy that is remarkable. It invites us to focus ourselves, to focus our energy, to focus our sense of what is possible, and to in some way push forward, in some way decide what's worth focusing on and what isn't, what really matters and what doesn't, and to put our all in a single direction. Mars is now going to spend its last full week in the sign of Taurus. Next week we'll be changing signs. So this is one of the last important alignments that Mars is going to make. If it is with the full moon that is in the sign of Virgo, that is ruled by the planet Mercury. Well, look, Uranus is conceptualized as the higher vibration of Mercury. So there is that very powerful connection there with the full moon. What's interesting about what's happening midweek is that Pluto is conceptualized as the higher vibration of Mars. And so both of these planets do invite focus. When it is a trine formation here, this is adding a level of intensity and dedication. And it is allowing us to see how that sense of focus can bring fruits of our dedication, fruits of our energy, fruits of our focus. Great things become possible to us when it is that we are able to tap into that Mars and Taurus. We're able to tap into the energy of being present. It is Taurus that is the energy of presence itself, of being alive in our senses, aware of our senses. But when it is that we add that intensity of Pluto, it is awareness itself that can transform us, dramatically so in some cases, or can help us to transform our circumstances for the better. And again, dramatically transform our circumstances for the better. There are times when great things can just show up, and that's lovely, right? But there are times when there's really good energy and we're asked to use it. It's like the universe gives us this extra help if we need it and if we choose to tap into it. And that really is the case now with Mars trine Pluto. So where is it that perhaps a moment of honesty, a moment of truth can lend itself to a moment of empowerment? And what is empowerment if not us understanding how it is and what it is our power is and what it isn't? Where it is that we understand we don't have power, we're able to surrender, to turn it over, and instead focus on where we do have power, which is very often ourselves, very often our mind, very often the things that we choose to do and focus on. We have some measure of power over them. They can add up to incredible progress right about now if we want to tap into this. Remember, Taurus is also, as I spoke last week, Taurus is also the energy of the economy. It's an energy of money. And so I do think for a lot of us, we are going to be focusing this energy towards financial matters, whether that is in terms of improving our circumstances, understanding prosperity differently, and understanding which prosperity matters to us and maybe what doesn't, what's worth doing for the money and maybe what isn't. We're able to reach that point of truth and clarity within us, a conviction, if you will. And that can expand our definition of prosperity itself. What does it mean to be empowered financially? And how is it that we can move towards it? And if we have it, how is it that we can make the most of it? Another big shift happening this week is the continued buildup of energy in the sign of Pisces. So we still are going to have very powerful Aquarian vibes, so no worries there. I know a lot of people still love tapping into that Aquarian energy. However, we are now moving towards at least the personal planets. The Sun last week, now Venus on Thursday is going to move into the sign of Pisces. It is the ancients, again, who conceptualized the planets as wanting to be in certain signs more than others. And so planets can be at home in a sign, and think about it, when you're at home, you're more comfortable, right? So that planet is going to be more comfortable in its home sign. But there's also signs in which a planet is able to bring forward its very best qualities. And it goes a different way as well. Sometimes there are signs in which, just like we may find ourselves in spaces or energies that maybe we don't feel like we're able to bring forward our very best, that's possible as well. So that sense of not being able to bring forward our very best, well, that is what the ancients called either a planet being in fall or being in detriment. But what's happening now is different. It's actually the other side of it, which is exaltation. It is Venus moving into the sign of Pisces that puts it in an energy it loves to be in. It is here that Venus is able to bring forward her qualities, her higher qualities of compassion and higher beauty, the beauty of art, the mystical transcendence of music. She's able to bring forward her most beautifying self by understanding that we're all beautiful, every single one of us. We don't need to do anything to be more beautiful. We are beautiful as we are. And it is Venus in Pisces that considers how giving itself, how thinking of another is the highest form of love. Losing ourselves is how it is that we find the greatest love. Now, of course, that's not always the case. Venus in Pisces can also be very sacrificing. And there are sacrifices that we may take very willingly that are actually quite beautiful. For example, if someone becomes a parent, they have chose that, and it involves sacrifice, whether that's sacrificing their time for their child, sacrificing their former identity as a single person, as an independent person. All of that changes, goes out the window once it is that you have a child. But many parents take that on very willingly. They want to walk that journey of sacrifice because they feel, they know in their spirit that there are a lot of gains on that pathway as well. And so with Venus in exaltation now, I think that this energy is going to be very welcome. It's going to invite us to connect with a deeper, more meaningful source of pleasure, the pleasures of spiritual life, the pleasures of feeling connected to each other, the pleasure of oneness, of not having to think about ourselves so much, of realizing that we're not the center of the world, right? Leaving behind ego and over-identification with the ego and instead focusing on giving can be very empowering. I remember years ago hearing a quote. Actually, I'll tell you the story. It's Eckhart Tolle. When I was in school, way back in the day, this is like 14 years ago now. And I remember that was when I learned to get used to listening to something so I could fall asleep, because my flatmates in my student residence were really into partying. They loved to party. They were wild, they were loud, and awesome. I realized very early on, within my first week, I realized that, you know what? It's not my job to change these people. To me, it is for me to be here, to focus on my education, to focus on myself, and I only have power over myself. And so that was when I started to learn to play something so that I could fall asleep, to listen to something. And at that time, there was this webcast, this 10-week course that Oprah was doing with Eckhart Tolle on the power of now. And so I started listening to those episodes to fall asleep every single night. For months, I listened to those episodes. And that wisdom really helped me and still continues to help me. I feel like it's in me to this day. One of, if not the most valuable thing I learned, the thing that stands out to me even after all these years, the thing I come back to again and again, is a moment when Eckhart Tolle said, "Give whatever it is that you believe the universe is withholding from you." And I think that's very powerful to take into consideration. Where is it that perhaps we're looking around at our lives, we're looking at what it is that we need more of, or we tell ourselves we need more of, or we want more of? And where is it instead that we can shift that focus and focus on giving that to others? Giving can be very powerful. It's a powerful way to magnify opportunities in your own life. It's a powerful way to magnify an awareness of opportunities that are available as well. When we give, if we are wanting opportunity, give others opportunity. If we are wanting prosperity, do what we can so that other people can be empowered with their prosperity. Venus in Pisces is an invitation to consider beauty in all kinds of forms, but also to consider the beauty that invites transcendence. Where is it that a music, a work of art, a painting feels divinely inspired, feels touched by something higher? There is an experience of wonder that can happen as we move through the world, regardless of our spiritual affiliations or not. The human experience is intimately spiritual, whether we call it spiritual or not. There is something incredible going on. And Venus in Pisces invites us to fall in love with that process, to fall in love with the wonder itself, the wonder of life, the wonder of the transcendence of life, the wonder of these moments that invite us to consider how we are so much more than may appear on the surface. We are more than just embodied. We are transcendent. On the same day that Venus goes into Pisces, right around Thursday for most people out there, the Sun will also be speaking in harmony with Uranus in a type of conversation that astrologers call a sextile. So this is easy energy. This becomes part of the setup of that full moon energy as well. And this can be very empowered. It's like we realize there are steps that we can take to improve our circumstances. In this case, steps that we can take to feel more excitement, to feel more alive, to feel more aware. Steps that we can take to unleash creativity and to find freedom in service, in giving, and in compassion to others with the Sun in the sign of Pisces. What I love about this week for us, well, look, there's a lot here. I know that the full moon is going to get all the glitz and glamour this week. It is a very big energy. It's a very powerful energy. Absolutely, we are going to feel that, but it is also an invitation to be free of the limitations of the past. That is always what Uranus asks us, always what Uranus invites us to do. Free ourselves from whatever it is that gets in the way of our most authentic expression. Where is it that we could be living more fully, being more present, and find freedom through that? Where is it that in being present for our lives, we are then able to find freedom from the things that maybe feel like they take us away from living more fully? And where is it that new ideas, new perspectives, new thoughts can come in and help us to see how we live differently, so that ultimately we're able to appreciate what is good with us now? I feel like in some ways we are on an accelerated journey forward. We've got this very powerful Mars-Pluto energy. All of us in some way are going to be focused on what it is that we want to change in our lives, transform in our lives. But we've also got Venus moving into Pisces, which invites us to be open, invites us to feel things more deeply. In getting carried away, we find ourselves now. Ultimately, that full moon will reign supreme. I have to say, we feel full moons that much more. They speak to emotion. They bring emotion right to the surface. And this is where, if we are willing to see what's really going on, look at the minutia of a moment, analyze it more deeply, it is in and through the analysis that we get a different perspective, a perspective that frees us to be more ourselves than ever before. Well, thank you so much for watching. What do you love about this week? Let me know in the comments below. I love reading you guys. And to prove it to you, here are some of my most favorite recent comments. Just some of them for now, but thank you. Thank you so much to everybody who comments, who subscribes, who likes, who shares, who thumbs ups. All of it. It means so much. Thank you for your love, for your support for this channel. And of course, if you want to know how all this wonderful stuff this week speaks to you and your sign, you can now choose your membership rate for as low as just $3 a month in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. As a superstar, you get expanded exclusive videoscopes for all signs for as low as just $3 a month. You can also get unlimited access to all of the special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me. So much more is available right now at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Again, choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. I look forward to meeting you there. Synchronicity University's spring session is right around the corner. There's only about 1 week left to choose your tuition rate as low as just $5 a class. Unbelievably low rate. There are also a limited number of scholarships available as well. So go to synchronicityuniversity.com and there you will see incredible classes on offer. We are going to have 2 classes on the 8th house. We're going to be doing classes on the 4th house in astrology. The 8th house is very, very interesting. Money, power, respect. It was a very popular class when we did the first part. Now we're going to do the other 2 parts in the spring. We are going to have classes on the 4th house, the 7th house, the 3rd house. We're going to be looking at the Galactic Center. We're going to be looking at the astrology of scandals and so much more. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I think that we are going to learn a lot together. Now, we have had some issues with the website. A few people have reached out and said, hey, I can't log onto your website. So we are now furiously solving the website issues that have happened with this Mercury retrograde. Mercury, of course, is now direct as we begin this week. Went direct late last week. So hopefully, fingers crossed, please send your very positive energy that everything goes good and everything goes okay and everything comes together so that signups can happen. But for now, we have at least another week where you can get as low as just $5 a class at synchronicityuniversity.com. I look forward to meeting you and joining you and celebrating with you and learning with you in the spring session of 2021. Speaker Series Special Edition happens this March 2021, and I'm so excited and elated to present special topics. Some truly brilliant minds are going to be sharing about all kinds of topics just outside of astrology, but still connected to astrology. Frank Clifford will be teaching on palmistry for astrologers. My friend Katie Weber is going to be teaching feng shui in astrology. Another friend of mine, former classmate Carrie Paris, is going to be teaching on casting. We've also got Michael, who's going to come by and teach on Kabbalistic tarot. And then my very dear friend, my very good friend, Franco, is going to be teaching on Viking runes. So these are topics that are just outside, but still kind of connected to astrology, and ways to connect it to astrology are going to be explored. And these special topics were asked for by students of Synchronicity University. You can sign up now for another week as low as just $5 a class at synchronicityuniversity.com. Now, speaking of Katie Weber, the year of the ox is in full effect, is underway. And of course, every year she puts out her incredible success pack. And this is a very practical guide on how to make the most of the energies that are available, the feng shui energies that are available. I'm a huge fan of her work. That's how I first discovered her. Now she is a friend. So yes, she's going to be teaching with Synchronicity University, but you can also get this success pack that she puts out every single year. And this year, for the year of the ox, it's so thorough. My favorite thing about the success pack is she always mentions the lucky colors for your handbag and the lucky colors for your wallet for that year, as if I need an excuse to get another handbag and another wallet. But yeah, I always look forward to that, and I wait to get that before I go out and focus on what I might want to purchase. So that's one great thing, but it's just so practical. It's like hundreds of pages. So if you're interested in learning more about Katie Weber's Success Pack, click on the link in the description below. My partnership with the iconic Astro Twins is still available. It's still up. It's very exciting. I don't know how long it's going to stay up, but it is very exciting to see. And it's such a great value and has been getting so much positive feedback. But basically, this is you getting hundreds of dollars worth of products for a huge discount. And what you get is 5 classes of my complete package for Tarot for Astrologers. You get 3 classes on Astro Magic from me. And then you also get a download to the 2021 masterclass that the Astro Twins did. And you also get a copy of their book for 2021, which is this huge reference copy. You can actually see a copy of the book by visiting the interview link that I did with Ophi not too long ago, and I will link to it in the description below. But yes, the link to get this package at this huge discount and the link to see that interview, all of that is in the description below. You can now get my take on your unique birth chart by checking out my partnership with Cosmogram. Link is in the description below. You just go to their website, enter your birth data, and within hours you will be sent a PDF digital copy of your chart and the different celestial conversations happening among planets in your chart and my interpretation of it. Thank you so much to everybody who's already gotten it. Thank you so much to everybody who loves this. That truly does mean so much to me. So again, check out the link in the description below. Finally, 2 quick events I want to tell you about. astrologyniagara.com. I will be speaking with them and for them, teaching a workshop on Lilith. The complete Lilith workshop is going to be happening this coming Saturday for the rock bottom low price of $20 Canadian, which translates to about $15-16 US or so, I think, off the top of my head. And so you can check out the link in the description below, but I'm really excited about being hosted by them. You can sign up directly with them. It is the complete Lilith workshop. We're going to be looking at signs and houses and aspects and all of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And check out myoastrology.com. The upcoming All-Star Weekend in April is going to be taking place. If you use the coupon code, I think it's NAD50, right? Nadiya stands for NAD50. You get 50% off, just £99, a hugely reduced price. And with that, you get to hear some of the most brilliant and celebrated astrologers today. Really feel very privileged to be part of this event with the very prestigious London School of Astrology. So again, link is in the description below. Make sure you use that coupon code so that you are able to access all of those classes for 50% off, just £99 for access to that weekend. And thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for your love and your enthusiasm and for your love of astrology that brings you here. I hope you absolutely enjoy the full moon fully and completely, and you celebrate the freedom of Uranus that certainly will find us now. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.